Pirates Treasure Island 2020 version. This is a game that exists. This is by far one of the best remakes of a classic FNAF fan game since the Joy Creation story mode, which, you guys remember, was also extremely terrifying. This game is extremely well made and has some of the best your pants scares since Final Fantasy Freddy's 4. Fnati, which I'm going to be calling it, is great for a bunch of different reasons, including gameplay, designs, the offices, the multiple locations, the jump scares. All of it is absolutely incredible, and you can tell that a bunch of passion was put into this game. Instead of making a 3-hour long intro and beating the ever-living hell around the bush, let's get into the costumes, ghost animatronics, whatever the freak they're called, and gameplay associated with this masterpiece of a freaking game. Since Pirates Treasure Island 2020 is still a remake, the concept is still pretty similar in the first few nights. Please remember, only the first few nights. A costume appears in your office, you shut off a camera. It's that easy. The gameplay itself may be simple, but now, our happy little Disney friends look like they crawled out of the pit of your nightmares, fell back into the pit of hell, then crawled out and now directly in front of you. No, I'm not joking. Look at this monstrosity and tell me this isn't gonna make you piss your pants in the middle of the night. There are 7 costumes in total, but only 5 are acting during the first 3 nights. The folk cars are pretty self-explanatory in this game, but do in fact add to the vague story in this game. You get calls from 2 people, Greg and Lisa. They explain the mechanics for the first couple nights just to ease you into the new hell that you're a part of. On the 3rd night, however, you get a call from a random mofo wanting you to find them in Pirate Caverns. You guys don't know what Pirate Caverns is somewhere that Lisa told you not to go into. Ever. So you, being the smart and reasonable person, you quit your minimum wage job at an abandoned fucking amusement park, go back home, and get therapy for the metric ton of pain and suffering you have to deal with. The end. Yeah, I wish to. At least that's what we all wish would happen, but nope. We decided to go into Pirate Caverns instead. 1/6 IQ! Jake's brain must be so damn big to go into the area that someone said not to go in when we already know that there are killer costumes coming after us! So we venture into Pirate Caverns to go save Henry, who we obviously trust with every fiber of our being and is not possessed by some costume or Freddy or some shit. Pirate Caverns is a completely different experience from the rest of the game. Pirate Caverns is basically hide and seek, manhunt, and I Spy. So you have to find a small key through an already dark area with a flashlight you got as a gift from McDonald's kiddie meal. The only problem is if you deal with a costume hallucination, I got nothing. You'd have to deal with the Mickey Mouse with the filter that only hides in the shadows. This wouldn't be a problem, but the instructions on how to be him are as easy as finding the Fat of the Youth. Fun! This lovely thing is called the Face, and he only appears in the depths of the shadow, only being able to be seen with your flashlight. Just flash him with your flashlight beacon thing to make him go away. Pretty simple. Besides having to go through around 3 different rooms to find 2 drawers, and only one of these drawers having a key to a different area on a different floor of the area. Holy crap, this was insane, including, there's a whole nother costume! Hey, this one actually looks like a costume. Finally! This lovely costume is called Undying for some unknown reason. You have to stand still for this clown to go away. After breaking the ankles of both these costume hallucinations, I don't give a fuck! You would have to use the key to open the door to go into this staff only room where you were met with this. I have absolutely no clue what this means or symbolizes, so let me know in the comments what you think what this means. Okay, all honesty for a second, I have absolutely no clue about this game, the story for this game, at all. None. Zilch. All I can really go off of are the names in the original creepypasta, which was fantastic. Fun fact, the OG creepypasta for Treasure Island mentions a grand total of 2 of the costumes of the game. Photo Negative Mickey and Headless Donald Duck. On night 4 and 5, the Face and Undying are both active. Undying is the same to deal with, but for the Face, you now have to shut off the lights, which is going to be a huge problem, especially later on when there's a couple of the other little costume boys inside your room. More of the costumes in a bit. After the hell that is night 5, you're greeted with a surprise phone call. Greg is here to let you know that all the credits you've earned from this absolute hell you've endured the last 5 nights will pay for all the therapy you will need. Yeah, obviously, Greg is not that nice. Greg informs you that they're a little preoccupied with God knows what, so you stay yet another night! Night 6. God damn it. Night 6. In Night 6, there's only one demon thing available, called Hourglass. This motherfucker right here is inert, but on literal steroids. To make a long story short, you have to pay attention to the starting locations for Hourglass and plan accordingly. For example, the face spawns on cam 10. So when you see that Hourglass is at cam 10, when he appears in your office, you shut off the light, the same thing you would do for the face. Goofy spawns on cam 5 and Undying spawns on cam 1. So if Hourglass comes out from one of them, you have to stand still. Anywhere else, you can just turn off the cam like you do for PNM and Oswald and all of them. Now, this sounds really simple in theory, but the only problem is that Hourglass is running 9 times faster than the speed of light. Most times you won't even be able to tell where he spawns, so you would have to guess, resulting in death, obviously. I personally was able to beat it in around an hour and a half, give or take a little bit. Hourglass was a very formidable foe, and I actually had to use strategy to beat him, which I didn't want to have to do in this game, but I did nonetheless, and I freaking beat it. After this night, you were thrown right back into Pirate Caverns. Did you miss this place? We all know you did. You go to the bottom floor. There's a keypad, and Henry gave you a code. No, seriously, who the hell was Henry? A ghost? A demon? Does the game tell you any kind of story, characters, or anything like that? Of course not! After everything you've done for the whole 6 nights, finally, you have found something valuable. It's a vault. What's in the vault, you may ask? Why, it's Disney's whole fortune as a payment for the trauma you have seriously endured for the last week. But nope! It's an animator's office! Whose office is this? Is it mine? Is it Jake's? Is it Lisa's? Is it Henry's? Who honestly knows by this point? Do you know? Your guess is as good as mine. Pretty soon, you are met with this Shadow Mickey dude, who I'm guessing knows what you are or and who you are, so maybe it's hinting at the fact that we were the ones who created all the costumes or something. Yeah, I give up. That's it for the core gameplay. Of course, there's a lot that I skipped over, which means you should go and play it right now. After this video, actually, wait. There isn't much else to note besides the Easter eggs, but I'll get into that after I'm done with this next part that I like to call the costumes. Characters, yeah, I don't know. I should also mention that every single character has their own unique voice lines, or kind of every single character. I'll get more into that in a bit. I played the game for quite a long time, and I never actually ended up getting all the voice lines, but this mad lad by the name of Jimbo FNAF found every single voice line in the game, plus some Easter eggs. Link in the description below, go check them out. So now that I've explained the game, I can finally explain the nightmares in said game. There's photo negative Mickey, which is exactly what he is, a photo negative version of Mickey Mouse. The design is alright, I guess? He looks completely different in this version than every other version I've ever seen. PNM in this version is more dark and gritty compared to other versions in previous games. Oswald. This freaking nightmare of a character. I remember playing the OG Final Fantasy Treasure Island from 2014 and never seeing this dude in my office until he makes his presence known by killing you. The design for this version of Oswald is creepy as all hell. I'm pretty sure Oswald is missing his face, and that's why it's so much easier to see him in the game. He's in the challenge mode called the Dismembered, so maybe? Kind of, yeah. But yeah, his design is much scarier in this version of the game than any other iteration that I've seen. Next up, there's Acephalus, aka Headless Goofy. Acephalus? Who came up with these names? Acephalus literally means not having a head. What can I even say about this character design? It's Goofy without a head. Alright, moving on. Next up is this Scream Boy, aka Disembodied, aka Donald Duck's floating dismembered head. While I was playing the custom nights, Disembodied was the only person to actually scare me throughout every single custom night he was available in. Yes, I beat every single custom night just for my own ego. Bite me. Like, this dude appears and then screeches like homie just stubbed his toe on a desk, but that doesn't make sense because he's just a floating freaking head. Next up, there's Impurity, aka Minnie Mouse, I guess? But she looks like she freaking melted coming out of the pit of hell. Impurity is actually an interesting costume because she's the only one that gives any sort of recollection on how she died. Her voice lines, for example, give a little bit of context how she died. She constantly asks why she exists and that she loves hanging around. Only conclude that she pulled a Sayori after not being perfect since the name Impurity or something like that. Yeah, this game has no story. Then there's the face. Legit nightmare freaking fuel. I absolutely love the design for this creature costume thing. The command key for having to turn off the lights to defend against it only makes it more easy to go against him, especially in the later nights. Lastly, for the main costumes, there's Undying, which I find to be the most interesting. Costume? Creature? I don't know. Undying is literally a costume, and the only one, in fact, that compares for a suitable costume out of all the characters we've met so far. Design is alright, but since it didn't have any voice line, it kind of loses the eeriness. The music it plays when it walks out in is kind of fun though. Go play the game so you can hear it. That basically concludes the main cast. Now let's get to a whole new slew of characters that are secret characters that you can unlock through beating the challenges in classic mode, which I didn't even get into. Perfect. Classic mode is basically the OG game but on several different drugs. There are only 6 costumes and 6 cameras. Granted, some of the costumes attack at once like some kind of orgy party. Classic mode is much more difficult, especially since there's no queue when a costume appears in your room. It also includes a new character that I actually forgot existed. Negative Mini, or PNM or Impurity if you want to be technical about it. But that's it for classic mode. 7 out of 10, let's move on. Finally, let's get into the 6 secret costumes that you can only get from being classic mode and completing challenges. This classic negative Mickey, who is literally just the ordinary negative Mickey, just unwithered. He exists, moving on. This classic The Face, who I don't know who came up with these names, who is completely different from his counterpart. It acts as like a golden Freddy, in which you have to flip up the camera up and down to make him go away. He's easy as hell to fight against, moving on. There's mascot negative Mickey, which is the actual official name. I have no... Who came up with these names? No, cut the cameras. Who came up with these freaking names? The difficulty is 100% increased with this guy. All you have to do to turn the lights, but now is this 2 costumes that require the lights to be non-existent. Also, the design for mascot negative Mickey is kind of creepy. I really don't understand why, but it's just like unsettling as hell. Next up, there's Pete the Cat. And guess what? We have a whole new grand spanking new mechanic now. Okay, so Pete cues an audio noise on one of the cameras. You have to click on it and stay on it for a sec, which, I have to add, is extremely difficult, especially on complete nightmare mode. Oh my gosh, this guy killed me more times than anybody else, surprisingly. You guys want some real quick nightmare fuel? Boom, there you go. This is Willie, with a thick smile, and he wants you to stare at him. He appears on the cameras, and you can't look at him for too long. Look at him 3 times and your run is basically over. Finally, there's Sparky the dog. Yes, Sparky is in fact in this game. For what reason? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you turn off the lights from him when it's in the office. This is increasingly difficult, especially on true nightmare mode, aka 1320 mode. You still there? Nice. That's it for the core gameplay. There's of course some Easter eggs though that I never actually got on my first playthrough. None of them except for one of them, who I'll get into it in just a second. But yeah, let's get into some Easter eggs, y'all. There's the Forgotten Thing creature that appears in your office super randomly and crashes your game. Fun! There's this creature I can only assume is Pluto, and no, I don't know the official name for this stupid costume thing. Yeah, I really got nothing about this point, y'all. Alright, you don't see this thing unless you max out the brightness for this stupidly rare screen. Like, there's honestly a possibility that I might have gotten it on one of my attempts, but I literally just didn't see it. There's Squidward from Finance of the Chum Bucket, who appears on Cam 2. He doesn't do anything, it's just a completely random Easter egg as an homage to another pretty damn good FNAF fan game. There's Nightmare Mickey. I don't care about the official name for the stupid animatronic custom thing from Finance of Treasure Island Nightmare before Disney, which I did play a long time ago. He appears on Cam 1 crawling from the shadows that Oswald comes from. There's Suicide Mouse, aka Mortimer? Yeah, I don't know where this name came from. I actually accidentally found this guy during the first night of the game, so you can only imagine how pissed my pants scared I was when the music started playing, which was pretty damn eerie. And apparently Mortimer can kill you, but I never got that far. And that basically does it for all the Easter eggs that was discovered. I'm almost definitely sure that there's probably some more that people have not found yet, so let me know if you'll find something other than this in the comment section below. Now that I've explained everything pretty badly in the game, what do I hate about this game? Well, the game is pretty easy and has no real replay value. I said at the beginning of this video that this game was a masterpiece, but of course there's a bunch you can flaw on this. Like, I beat 720 mode on my first try, and the OG, like the ordinary Five Nights, on my first couple of tries, except for Pirate Caverns. We don't talk about Pirate Caverns. I even beat True Nightmare mode on my third try, which I actually did not record because I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. Oops. Also, I've been joking about this throughout the whole video. There is no story to go off of. I've already tried to go off the original creepypasta, but honestly, that one is pretty bare bones since it only features 2 of the 2 costumes here. If anyone could somehow make any sense of this story, I got $3 for you. All in all, I really enjoyed this game. It was a really well-made FNAF fan game that had a lot of love and put into it, and I've even heard that they're remaking Finest of Chuck E. Cheese's, which I will absolutely be playing when it comes out. Radiance team, you guys did absolutely fantastic. The scares and the voice acting was really damn eerie and so damn creepy, which is basically the same thing. Obviously stuff that I missed in this game, so maybe you can find them. Go play this game, link in the description section below. Hey y'all, thanks you so much for watching this video. I want to thank you all so much for sticking with me through this entirely weird time in life. I'm gonna be graduating pretty soon. I had surgery, it's a lot of stuff to take in, but the channel has been growing more than it's ever been, and I want to thank you all so much for that. This video took a long time to edit and record. I had to do a lot of research, a lot more stuff than I wanted to, but all in all, I hope this video does well, and I hope you really did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.